are you? My ride and die supporters. Come on in. Okay, don't seem like anybody wants to talk. It's Monday, August the 8th, 2022. Just wanted to come in and just chat with you guys, see what you got on your mind, what you got on your mind, how you doing, how you doing, how you doing. This is your girl KC McDaniel coming to you just to chat. What's on your mind? Hi, the Karate Kid. How are you? Karate King, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. I was resting all day, y'all. Basically all day. you know, been in and out of these YouTube streets, trying to look at what's going on. I know a lot of you are just waiting on updates on Robert Sylvester Kelly. So am I. so am I. Yeah, so I know we don't been through so much for the last 3 years. It's just so these people just know. I know you training hard. These people are just so hard with their heart, man. They don't know what to do with themselves. I mean, the latest I got is that this tape that is tampered with is now being investigated or whatever about who's behind all this stuff. The lead prosecutor and their messiness of having communication with one of the witnesses and one of the people, and then they had some burnt email address that they were sending information to each other. So that's basically what I got from listening to that part. And then this whole thing going on with Larry and with Azarel's dad, Angelo, who are now, putting information out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't really pay too much attention to what's going on with them two because I think it's just a way to just distract us and keep us thinking that, oh, Angelo's going to say this and Larry is going to uncover things, and it's going to be a turnover for Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I don't think so. I really don't think so. And I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. Don't be surprised. They're going to come up with something. The prosecutors, they are going to try to come up with something to convict Robert with. And they just right now trying to figure out what they're going to do as far as with that. But as far as just like dismissing this trial and for us to just have a turnover, I don't think so. So I'm just gonna just prepare you, Robert Sylvester Kelly, us Robert Sylvester Kellys, not you, but I'm in this too. I'm just gonna prepare us to know that we're gonna expect the worst to come out. They're gonna find something. They're gonna just try to look for something in their law that they can make actually convict him with. Okay. These people are not letting in because that's how the devil works. Once they got you in their hair and they want to hold you there and to make it look like he's a criminal, they are going to do it. They are going to do it. So you just prepare yourself for the worst. Don't look for this to be a turnover or a case that's going to be dismissed. I felt that way about the New York case. I felt that way about a lot of things, even about his sentencing and everything. I didn't even expect them to say 30 years, but they went there. So these people are, to me, workers of iniquity, and they don't have a heart to change from their wicked ways, and they're going to make sure that this man is not vindicated in their laws. They're just not. And then it's not going to be that easy. So we're just going to continue to keep our spirits lifted I know I had to come with you with that one, but we still gonna keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna keep hope alive. But I'm just saying to you guys, hello, trial and error. How are you, love? Hey, beautiful. You are so beautiful. Yes. How is sincerely Bree? How is she? Long time no hear from her. I hope all is well. All is well. But you are a beautiful girl, and I want to say, just keep your head up. You know, you've been through a lot, and I could imagine what you just experienced through your loss of a spouse that and the father of your children, and you gotta go on, but you are beautiful, and not only just in physical attributes, but you're beautiful in spirit. So God will bless you with someone in your life. But don't be anxious for anything. The way these characters are carrying on out here, that I see things popping up in the news lately. Girl, just do your thing. You talented. You're good looking. You got it going on. Okay, so God got you, baby. God got you. Okay. Oh, she's gonna have a baby girl. Oh, bless her heart. Bless her. Her bundle of joy. May God bless her with a healthy child. Yes. That's what we all gotta wish for. A healthy baby girl, healthy delivery. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that let's not get too hopes up too high, and let's not try to talk too much about it. And I'm trying to say this, like, let's stay away from that nonsense with Angelo and Larry. I don't trust neither one of them. Okay. Everybody said pick at least one of the least of the evils. That's right, girl. That's what you got to do. That's what I'm doing. Shoot, husband or not husband. I'm just like doing me at this point because you never know. These men. I mean, I'm not even looking at the fact that my husband is not a good person, but, you just always got to be, you know, expecting something to happen, and you better prepare yourself. You just got to prepare yourself. Yep. But anyway, like I was saying, like I don't trust neither one of those two characters, Larry or Angelo. I wouldn't put too much time and attention on them. I haven't been on anybody's platform really who has been discussing them, and they, yep, like trial and ever, like how, when, where. You know what I'm saying? Like they both evil. You know what I'm saying? They both did what they did. They both put this man in this situation. Why now? Y'all should have been out here doing that stuff even before the 30-year sentence. Y'all should have been like, hey, this man don't deserve that. Y'all should have been a bit advocating about that because it could be you. You know what I'm saying? What they doing to Robert Sylvester Kelly could be any black man right now in America. It really can be, regardless to your status. It could be any black man in America the way they are, what they're doing to make this justifiable. It's like 30 years. Come the freak on. Who could remember what they did 30 years ago? 30 years is what Judge Donnelly said to him for giving him his sentencing. And these women that came to give their testimonies or reading their um whatever they had to read in front of him. I don't know. I didn't follow that shit. I just heard the verdict and I heard the trial sentencing or whatever. And I was like, fuck out of here. You know, 30 years. I mean, then that means everybody should go to jail. Everybody should go to jail. Because 30 years ago, we all did some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? 30 years ago, we all did some things that we can look back at and say, thank you, God, that it didn't happen the way it should have back then. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how God just, yeah, yeah, trial. She did. She's a nasty ass judge. And she got, it's all a political game. It's all a freaking let's change the laws, let's make the laws this way. And the more people who are rooting for it is our dumbass black people. We just as dumb as we can be. I was last night watching Rosewood. I don't know how many of you ever saw that movie Rosewood with Ving Rhames. And oh God, I don't remember. I can't remember everybody's name. I don't just keep it, but he's one of the people that was in the movie, whatever actors. And the movie was about black people back then in Florida, in that part of Florida. They was economically growing. They also was owning mostly all the businesses, property, whatever you want to call it. Black people were doing good things back then. Just like if you go back and you look at the Black Wall Street. Yes, that movie made me so mad. Yep. So Ving Rhames, here he was, starting his life all over again, and he lands in Rosewood, and to be a part of these productive people, to start a whole new life for himself. And then the next, he had to go to war because some white woman who was a whore in the town claimed that a black man came in and raped her and beat her and all this other stuff. And then all this shit broke out. They came lynching black people, and they came for all the black people. And one of the first black men they wanted to accuse was Ving Rhames, who was just somebody who was just coming in town, settling in. And the next, and then this man, he was innocent. He ain't want to even be a part of this shit. He ain't know what the freak is going on, but he got caught up in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you could remember, he meets this young girl, Yippee or whatever her name was, Nippy or whatever the hell her name was. He asked her, "How old are you?" She's like, "Well, I'm gonna be eight." She's 17 or whatever the fuck she is. He gets involved with her. She falls in love with him. Of course, he cares about her as well. And he had to leave a life behind. He had to leave back a wife and a child and all that other shit. Start his life over again, trying to see what he can do to make it right this time, whatever his situation was back from where he came from. He get caught up in this rape shit with this damn white woman who went around and told the community that this black man raped her. So they turn around, they burn up the churches, they come after lynching black people. And the story, the movie is so deep, and this is real shit that really happened. Maybe they might have put more into it for Hollywood or for the movie theater, but it was a lot of shit that these people had lost in this whole situation. So where I'm going to. So the pastor, of the church, when they had their little church meeting and everything of what's going on, what they're gonna do, and of course, oh, what is his name again? The black guy, the mother, the Esther Rose son, whatever his name is. He's like, we ain't gonna be sitting up here praying no more. You know what I'm saying? We ain't praying no more. We just gonna fucking go out there. We just gonna protect. Are they caring about our women and our children? Hell fucking no. We gonna go out here and we gonna do what we have to do, what is necessary. But still in all this black fucking pastor, he wanted to turn Ving Rhames over. He was like, look, uh, now he is carrying a lot of money. He was ready to throw this man to these people that lynched him. You know what I'm saying? And then Esther was like, no, he didn't do nothing. So she shares the fact that she was there to witness what happened to the lynching. I mean, to this white woman. She was there at the house working, her and the other young girl. They saw her bringing men in there, fucking and everything else like that, while her husband was out there working and trying to provide for her and they trashy ass household or whatever. But the thing is that people just tell a rumor and a lie. It could get a whole lot of innocent people harmed over a lie. And that's the same way I feel about Robert Sylvester Kelly. People turned him over. Even the fucking black church turned their backs on him. And that's fucked up. So last night, this stuff was just running through my mind. And I was like, got up in the middle of the night and I just had to write that on my post, on my community wall about what took place back then is still taking place today over a fucking lie. But this time they turned it on us to make our own people do it to ourselves when they did what they did to Robert Sylvester Kelly. All that shit could have been dealt with back in 2002 and 2000, all the way up to the time this young man was getting caught up in all these lawsuits when he was first starting out in his career. Robert Sylvester Kelly was first starting out in his career, and he was getting caught up in all this bullshit. And being that he was groomed and raised in the black church, that somebody could have took him and been ministering to him then. And even if it did happen, somebody could have just, like, after he got off his trial in 2008, when he got, acquitted. The trial went on for a long time, but people was coming for him, talking about lawsuits and him with young girls, and him being in an infamous tape with a young girl or whatever. Right then and there, it should have been the black church involved, as far as like watching, making sure he doesn't make these mistakes over and over again, and watching over um his money, his royalties, everything. Everything that he worked for. Somebody should have been there to stand up for what he was going through. I don't know how, if any of them did, but it don't seem like they did. If they did, they took some money and hush money or whatever like that to build a church or to do what the fuck they wanted to do, like greedy fucking pastors do. And I don't give a fuck. They greedy. They don't care really about what goes on in poverty of their people. They just want to come and just get on a damn pulpit and preach a fucking sermon. But what happened to having revivals? What happened to be outside the doors of the church, in the streets, ministering to people? But they always want to keep that shit behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? The shit that they do. And I know, because I am a religious person. I wouldn't say religious, but I'm a Christian at heart, and I never took my Christianity in a point where I didn't believe God was ever there in our lives to give us what we all need. I just never felt like God is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He could be inside the church, and most times people come in the church, they got sick souls. Even from the starting from the pulpit on down, they greedy, they take money from the poor, they not really trying to get you out of your poverty of your spirit. They only looking for the pockets, and riding around in limos, and not limos, but Cadillacs and high, profile or sophisticated cars or whatever, you name it. They don't give a fuck about really what's going on. I even said that myself. I said I've been this COVID season and everything else that I haven't showed up at church. Nobody took the time out. As much as I give money to the church and everything, nobody took the time out to even come and check on us to see if we was okay here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever came and seen. I ain't saying my husband goes as religiously as I do, but I went religiously. Okay. Nobody even bothered to even call up Sister K to see how she doing, how you doing, if everything's okay, if your family's okay, or pray for you or whatever. Nobody took the fucking time to do that shit. So none of these motherfuckers on that pulpit can come and tell me any goddamn thing about what Jesus is about. That's when I took that time to just really religiously wake up every day and read my scriptures and pray and ask for God to keep me covered in his son's Jesus blood, and my family covered in the blood of Jesus, and nobody be die from COVID or anything, any kind of sickness, without somebody being there watching over them and knowing what's going on. But I'm just saying, like, in this sense, and that's why I understand why some people get upset about Christianity, because we see sometimes that they don't get out, they don't really live by what they speak on. What happened with Robert Sylvester Kelly, it should have been an outrage from the black church. I'm sorry. And the only person who really came to his defense, and who's not a Christian but is a Muslim, is Louis Farrakhan. He's the only one who really spoke from his pulpit or podium or whatever it is to say, don't judge this man. Don't. And and if you could go back and you could look at videos and every goddamn thing else, and as soon as he said that, they shut down his Facebook account, they shut down his Twitter account and Instagram or whatever. They hit his social media accounts when he was seeing what was going on with Robert Sylvester Kelly, and he was just trying to bring it out there to the people. They shut Farrakhan down. right after he did that shit. And that just shows you how wicked they are. And how many of these black churches they got in their damn pockets to do the shit they do, and no black man is going to turn down no money. He ain't. No black church going to turn down no money to do the wicked shit that they've got they self involved with the government. And that's why I had to make that post, because I said the only one who actually stood up against this injustice and what they were trying to do to Robert, and brought him to their house and prayed for him, and also, invited him in with his wives and his family and everything, and his ministry and everything, and took him under their wing, was Mr. Farrakhan. But not none of the Christian black churches. I didn't see not one of them. One came on there. I don't even know. I never heard of his church. Some money he wanted to get for to help build his church, and an organization for to help whatever. But he throwing R. Kelly under the bus. And I had to go back to that movie Rosewood, because that's the same thing that damn ignorant ass pastor was gonna do. But see, when them motherfuckers came to lynch motherfuckers and burn motherfuckers, they ain't got to hear nothing you got to say. They just felt it was a black man who committed this rape, this white woman, and did what he did and abused her. And he took her. He took that damn same pastor. He was one of them to get lynched for doing the shit that he did. There's no way that Judge John Lee or the justice system should have got away with doing some shit like that to Robert Sylvester Kelly without giving him a chance, and without fighting for him fairly and giving him a fair bond and everything else, until so he could get adequate counseling and everything before his trial. There's no way that shit should have happened with all these damn greedy ass black churches out here. They're getting money out of their pocket, getting money in their pocket from the families of Robert Sylvester Kelly and people that know Robert Sylvester Kelly and Robert Sylvester Kelly himself, who has supported their ministries. There's no way that man should have been given 30 fucking years and then have to go through another trial in Chicago for the same bullshit he was already on trial with in 2002 and 2008. I'm really messed up about all that craziness with my people. It's sad. It's really sad. So I had to share that on my community post, because I'm like saying, we don't know how to look out for ourselves and our people. We ready to just throw our people under the bus and just lynch them, turn them over to the lynchers, and let them just have their way with them. And don't even get to the real truth of the story of everything that went on. We just too damn easy to just fold and allow shit like that to happen. I've been following that trial too, of that murder of dishonor or something like that, when two girls were killed by their father. Took them so long. Hey, how you doing, Frankie and Johnny? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I'm just been following that trial of that Egyptian man, the Muslim Egyptian, whatever. He killed his two young daughters. This happened back in 2000 and I believe 13 or whatever. They just caught up with him, but all through that murder, his people were covering him. His people made sure they hid him for a long time. It's finally they got him, and now he's on trial. The wife was even a part of it when she brought the two daughters back from Oklahoma to come home. The 17 and the 18-year-old and the 17-year-old. And the father pleaded with them to come home, and the mother brought them back, and da da da. She knew what the hell was down. She knew what the hell was going to go down, and his people was going to cover it. So while I'm watching the trial, I hear people saying, "Oh, this murderer, he need to go to hell. He need to da 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 da." And you know what I said? I said, you know what? We black people, we going through some our own shit. I ain't got no dog in this motherfucking fight. Okay. And it's not for me to judge, because that's their culture, that's what they believe in, that's their doctrine. And the thing is that America is full of shit, because you tell them in this damn the declaration, and when they come to this damn country, oh, you freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and practice and all this other stuff. But this is they fucking religion and this is they damn practice. So what I would do is I was like, well, you know what? We caught him. We gonna send him back to your country and let your justice system deal with his ass for what he did over here in America. That's the way I would say it because you brought them here. You telling them this shit to come over to this country. They have a freedom of religion. These people are free to do this and are free to do that. So I guess this man felt, hey, I could freedom of practice of religion. If that's what they practice the fuck is, and their culture and their creed and whatever the hell it is, that's what they do. They come here and they gonna practice what they practice back home while you brought them here. Now you want to put the man in jail for killing his two daughters. Not saying that was right, but in our constitutional rights, and all that stuff that we are supposed to have as our freedom, this is what they believe in. This is what they do over in their country. If they had a marriage that was arranged for these young girls to be married to somebody of their own religion and their own culture, and you brought them here to the United States, and you felt you could still practice this shit, you got to be careful about what you say and then turn around and try to revamp shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's funny that these girls died like in the hands of their own dad. They also trying to say that the father was molesting the girls as well. He was abusive and he was you know, whatever. I'm not saying all Muslims do that. I'm not saying that shit. But people come with their culture. It's not only just religion, it's culture. Okay. And you telling them it's freedom for them to practice all this shit here in America. So he practiced what they taught him back in his country. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I would say deport him, deport his family and anybody else that was involved, and let them take that shit back over to their country. And let their justice system handle it. Mind my fucking business. See, the thing is that I didn't come here by free will. My ancestors didn't come here by free will. We were brought over here by force. So it's a difference with us. And we still got shit to deal with over here. As far as with our system, how the system treat us. So let them go over to their damn country, back to Egypt, wherever the fuck they came from, and let the justice system over there deal with their ass. Handle that bullshit. Now, if he would have killed like an American, then that would be a fucking different story. But he killed his own kind. He took out his two daughters because they was dating two men that were not a part of their culture, and they dishonored the marriage of being married to somebody from their culture and they creed or whatever. And the father took them in a cab and shot the shit out of them. Not to make it sound, I know a lot of people gonna be hateful about what I'm saying, but I'm speaking the truth. And they knew what was going to happen to them if they returned back home. And this ain't the first time I heard of something like this. This has happened in a lot of different of those people from over there and other places of the world and stuff that came here and killed their children for dishonoring marriages, killed their daughters. Women over there that have been killed their daughters. Now the wife, Patricia, whatever her damn name is, should be held just as much as accountable. Because she knew that the husband was going to do this. She knew it. She knew their customs. She knew the damn religion and all that shit. She knew. If she brought them daughters back home, they was going to end them. It is what it is. Okay, so I ain't going to put too much time on that shit. So I think everybody before they come over here should be able to follow American customs. And if they don't understand our customs over here, if they don't understand practice the things that we practice over here, as far as what is, like certain things just should be, told to them, they evaluate it or whatever before they come here, before they think they could come here and do that shit over here in America. And that's how I feel. That's why people be going to all these other countries. You have to practice what they practice over there. Brittany Garner or whatever her name is, Griner, goes over to Russia with a goddamn vapor of marijuana, liquid marijuana, whatever, and Russia don't play that shit. And I don't think it only has anything to do with her using the drugs. I think it has to do with her sexuality as well. That they just not gonna let that shit happen over there. You know, and they just sending us a fucking message. They just sending us a message as Americans, that shit that we come over and we put in our constitutions and things like that, to say we a free nation and everybody could come over here and just fucking practice free shit and do free shit, whatever they believe in, and then they come over here and then the next thing you know, we being hypocritical. You know, so it is what the fuck it is. Okay. If you ain't practicing the principles of the word of God and you ain't living by the word of God, then stay there and practice whatever, barbaric shit that you practice. That think that you have the right to take your daughter's life because they just choose, if they don't want to marry a certain type of man, a man that's older, a man who's wealthy, and that's going to keep the family name going in wealth or whatever. You want to practice that shit, then practice that shit right where you come from. Practice it right there where you come from. Don't come here with your trash and we have to try to clean it up. And now tax dollars be paying for your stay in a damn fucking prison. That's the way. That's what I feel. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off of here because I don't see too many people coming up here interested in what I got to say. But like I said, just don't pay too much attention to the damn drama with Angelo and Larry. Don't even get involved with them. They are the informants. They the ones who got Robert Sylvester Kelly locked up. They are the ones who put him in this situation, and we're not gonna fucking care about what they do to what they have to do to each other. I don't give a fuck. Neither one of them I give a fuck about. And neither one of them I care about at this point. Let them both burn in hell for all I care. For what they did to Robert Sylvester Kelly. Angelo and Larry. Angelo and Larry both. Two of the two evils. Okay? I don't know why we running over there to see what's going on. I mean, you want to know what's going on, and that's cool. But don't get caught up with them. Sharon Winbush up there, low, call me, Angelo. Here's, email me and I'll give you my number. You can call me and all this bullshit. Leave them fucking people alone. Let them do their shit over there. We don't care. Jennifer Bonjean will handle it when it's time to handle it in the courthouse. I'm not getting involved with none of that shit. All I care about is that Robert Sylvester Kelly gets acquitted, and then we can move on for his trial in New York, for him being sentenced to 30 years, that we can get an appeal. That's all the fuck I care about. I don't care about fucking Angelo, and I don't fucking care about Larry. Okay, I just don't fucking care about them two. As everybody sees what Larry was about, everybody see what Angelo did to his daughter, how he pimped her out, and how they've been whoring all through this whole fucking R. Kelly trial and the shit they've been doing. So nobody should be surprised that the prosecutors set this shit up for them to do the shit that they doing. To fuck with us R. Kelly supporters so we can get all caught up in that shit. And they can put it on us. Leave them motherfuckers right there doing the shit that they do. Okay? Because they the ones who put R. Kelly in this shit. So let his attorneys and their professional help and what their work is to do is to help get Robert free. Pay no mind to them two people. Soon as everybody heard Jennifer Bonjean put that motherfucking indictment for the shit he doing, and him and Tasha K and everything, everybody jumping on that shit. I'm not. I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Let her handle it in the courthouse. Don't make it rough. Don't make it no worse than what it already has been for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Don't. It's a setup. That's the way I'm seeing it, as a setup. Stay away from it. And with that all being said, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. You know, everybody coming in here listening to my conversation, but they're not hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's a setup, y'all. It's a setup. So don't fucking get yourself too caught up in that shit. Anybody doing that commentary on their platform about Larry and fucking Angelo, don't even get involved. Don't. Because it's as soon as it's time for Robert to go to trial, y'all don't even follow it. Y'all don't look at the signs of shit. How they come with their bullshit. It's always a fucking setup. Anytime anybody bringing any kind of drama and crazy shit around this man's trial right before he go to trial, you know they not in favor of him. And they trying to make it seem that way. But really, they're not. They want us to start doing shit to say things about Azarel. They want us to say things about the other alleged victims. They want us to just like get crazy and lose focus or whatever. And I'm just telling you, I see one like. Please hit the like button as you come in. You know, I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers coming to my damn chat and then y'all don't fucking hit the like button. Come on, fuck on. I'm trying to help this fight out. This is making me look at y'all as side eye. Like y'all motherfucking people just here just so that I could get information and run to your platforms and piggyback on the fucking shit I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. It's a setup. It is a set the fuck up. So don't go over to their channels. Stop sharing a lot of fucking information with them about what's going on around this man's trial. See, you know, just stop it. Let Jennifer Von Jean work her, do what she got to do. If you got anything that may be sensitive to this trial or maybe be helpful to this trial, just send it to her. Don't put it all out here in the public on YouTube. Because every time you do that shit, it's a setback for Robert Sylvester Kelly, and it's not helping him. It's putting more against him. That's all I got to say. But anyway, let me get the fuck out of here and let me go and finish doing what I got to do. Start cooking and preparing a meal and everything. Light meal for this evening. So you all have a blessed night. And if God's willing, I may or may not be with you tomorrow. Love you. God bless. Peace.